Hello again and welcome to our series of tutorials at the eCampus, and in this tutorial we want to focus your attention on the use of the big blue button. Now the big blue button is a tool that is embedded or integrated into our learning management system that allows you to be able to have or carry out virtual classes within your course. So to get started, you must first ensure that you have an online course that has been set up for you by the eCampus team, and once it's set up for you, you can also post the learning materials for the students organized according to topic, so that you can use your virtual class, your course, to share materials and also to conduct virtual classes. Now let me show you how to set up the big blue button to conduct virtual classes, and I want to give a major emphasis on the use of the big blue button to actually be able to invite external guests. So users who don't necessarily have access to our learning management system by virtue that they don't have an account can still participate in your virtual classroom, and we are going to demonstrate how this is possible. So the first thing is you need to access your course. Once you are on your course, the next thing you need to do is you need to add the virtual classroom. Okay, the big blue button virtual classroom. To do this, make sure that you turn editing on, and this is possible by clicking on the top right corner and ensuring your course is in edit mode. So once this is done, you can scroll to any section of the course. At this particular point, I'm going to move to this part and click add an activity or resource. Remember, the activity that we are is the big blue button. So this is the activity we are adding. Click on that activity. So the first thing that you are presented with once you are adding that activity is you're expected to put in the settings of that activity. So this course is macroeconomics, intermediate macroeconomics. So I'm just going to call it my BEC 202 virtual class. The room settings, recording view, you can just leave those settings as they are. I want you to focus on this setting, guest access. So make sure that you enable this checkbox, allow guest access, and then guest joining must be admitted by moderator. That is, if you want to be the one to control that, you admit them. But if you don't, you can leave that, so that once the guests click on the link you're going to provide them, they will be directed straight into the meeting. Once you have done that, make sure you click save and display. So this is my meeting, the BEC 202 virtual class. I want you to take note of the fact that now a new setting has been added, which is add guests, this link. So click on add guests. So when you click on that link, it will give you the link for the meeting and the password of the meeting. So all you need to do is copy the link of the meeting, go to WhatsApp, if that is your preferred way of communicating, then put the meeting link to communicate to your guests. Okay, so that's the link and then the password of the meeting. So come back to this site, click copy password and paste it there. You can add additional information such as the time of the meeting, time and date. So you can say it will be scheduled for the 7th of May 2024 at 9 a.m. so that they are sure. You can also copy this information and broadcast it to email, or you can put it on the class WhatsApp group so that the students have access to it. So that we have done the first step. So we have been able to set up our virtual meeting in our course, and we have enabled guest access. So the next thing is the guests. This is now the material day of the meeting. You need to start the meeting. Of course, if you go to your course, notice that our BEC virtual meeting, you can turn editing off now. So our BEC virtual meeting is here. You simply come to your course, click on your BEC 202 virtual class. Once you click on it, then you start the meeting by clicking this button, join session. You will be taken through the prompts of joining a meeting, which include allowing the platform or the virtual tool to access your microphone. So click continue, access your microphone, test the audio, and then click join audio. currently I am the only person in the meeting. So at this particular point now, when you have started the meeting, your guests can begin to join. And how your guests join the meeting is very simple. All they need to do is click on the meeting link that you have shared. So click on it, and then they go to their browser, and then they paste the meeting on their browser. So they'll be requested to put in their name. So this meeting, my guest is Sandy, and then they'll be requested to put in their password, which is the password that was generated when you were creating the meeting and allowing for guests. Then click join meeting. So that is how your guests are going to join the meeting. So they'll be taken through the regular prompts where they are expected to share their microphone. So click continue, then they're able to share their microphone, and then join audio. Allow the microphone to be used by the application, and then join the audio. So notice that my guest has now joined the meeting. Can mute. So if I was going to go back now as an administrator, I notice now my guest has joined the meeting. So that is how to actually invite guests into your meeting. The next is just the fundamentals of how to conduct your meeting. During the meeting, you may want to share some document or some presentation. To do this, you simply come to the bottom left side of the screen where there is the actions menu. Then pick upload, manage presentations, browse for the files, pick the file. So I'll pick this notepad file and then click upload. So my presentation is uploading. I can be able to upload more than one presentation. That is in the case where I have a meeting where I'll just click confirm. So this is my first presentation. I'll add another presentation. So this is in the case whereby within my meeting, I'm going to be toggling between various files. So I'm attaching my second file. So I'll be toggling between those files during the meeting. So it's best that I prepare in advance. I just upload all the files, all the presentations that I'll be using during the meeting. Okay, so if I have another one, I can still upload. So I'll come back there, browse for files, and then I'll pick that document and click upload. So notice I have uploaded 3 presentations. So I'll be toggling between the presentations as I'm making my lecture. And I want you to note that the system automatically begins to record. So you notice on the top right corner, you can pause the recording if you don't want it to record, but automatically we have set it to record. During the meeting, you can now switch between your various documents. So I've just come here. I want now to present this notepad. See, I can simply switch between my presentations. And during the presentation, I can be able to annotate on screen. You can see. So I can be able to annotate on screen, and the tools for that are here. You can see. So if I want to highlight some sections of the document, can actually be able to do that. I can come to this notepad. I can be able to annotate on screen as I am showing some elements on screen. Okay, so you can just switch between the tools as you're making your presentation. Okay, you can actually increase the screen size. So maybe you want to zoom to a given section. You can actually zoom using this tool. So I want students to clearly see what I'm demonstrating there. I can zoom out. Okay, so you can actually be able to move through the slides. If I had several slides, I can move through the slides. If I want to erase what I've written on screen, I can actually be able to do that using the erase tool, and so on and so forth. So you can actually practice working with these tools. So once you are done with your class, of course the other capabilities, just like any other virtual session, there's a public chat. So here people can actually chat here, so they can be sending their chats at this particular point. So once you're done with your class, you can actually end the meeting. So end session. So click OK. So once you end your meeting, it will take a bit of time, maybe some 30 minutes, and the presentation of your meeting or the recording of your meeting will be listed here. If you have had several meetings using the same link, the presentations will be here, or the recordings will be listed, including the date, the time, and the duration, which means students who missed out on the class can still be able to benefit from reviewing or listening to the presentations that were made during the virtual class. So that is it in terms of using the big blue button to set up your class, and also being able to generate the guest capabilities so that users who don't have a Moodle account can still participate in the virtual meeting.